Hello, and welcome to the Underhive.
Thank you for rejoining me here for some more Hand of Fate 2 action. Today we're going to be carrying on with the Hierophant. Now this one I had about 4 goes at, I think, to actually complete. So there were a good few episodes about this before I had to delete them all, unfortunately. And one of the major things in this particular mission is gold. So we're going to take the cartographer. And... Arm wrestling's fine, but I think I have to keep fighting the champion now, because that's one that gets harder as you go, so... Berta's betting house isn't so bad, but I think that's actually in the mission. We'll take the bridge, because that's a fight for money. And we'll take Dark Alleys, because I think that's a fight for money. Distressed Damsel gives us money. Lone Shark definitely gives us money. Pauper Plague gives us money. Raider Ambush gives us money. And she will also give us money. So we're probably going to have to end up buying some food. We're going to take 5 food. Yeah, I think the fine sword is perfectly valid. You know what? I'm going to take 10 extra gold, just so. Because on one hand, you can complete this mission fairly easily, but to get the gold gem, you have to get all the clues, and that will cost you some gold. Well, let me tell you that much. There's also a lot of reading in this episode. I imagine that's going to be the case moving forwards, but we shall see. With Malaclipse's encouragement, what a few murders in the grand scheme of things. You find yourself sat opposite an opulently dressed leader of the Thieves Guild. Or one of the leaders. It's a shadowy organisation. He takes a sip of wine and leans back to savour the taste. I'm scheduled to be assassinated. I suspect it to be one of my own. With a subtle nod, he indicates a bearded man, a woman with red hair, and a man with grey eyes. Borden, Rowena, and Grindon. My 3 personal silencers. One of them left me this note. I'm sure. When the red candle's flame burns out, on the last evening in the Mulberry Inn, the false priest will have his sins appeased. He points out the red candle on the fireplace. The assassin favours theatrics over secrecy, it seems. Find the assassin for me. To do that, you'll likely need gold. Thieves will tell you anything for gold. Ask who exactly he is. I'm known as Father Gelfrey, though it's not my true name, of course. I keep track of accounts in this region. We don't need to ask him about the assassin, that doesn't tell us anything. Let's ask him about Borden. Borden is the eldest in my employ. A simple, nervous kind of man. I highly doubt he would have the heart nor the finesse to assassinate me. Unless he has hidden his true nature all this time. I'd say you'd have to pour a few meads into him if you want him to talk. Let's ask about Rowena. Rowena has been one of my silencers for as long as I've been in this position. As a very long time indeed. I asked that she infiltrate the 3rd Legion of the Imperial Army and eliminate their captain. She did so, of course, as efficient as anything. I suspect that she's only truly loyal to gold, but she's quite a valuable asset to the guild, so it'd be a shame if she intends to assassinate me. Let's ask about Grindon. I know very little of Grindon. I heard him in the last town. A skilled killer. He's prone to making the most preposterous claims, many of which are untrue. I'd be wary of his exaggerations even if he isn't the assassin, especially if he's had too much wine. Find the assassin. Okay, we've already done that. So we'll retire for the night. And with that, he waves you away, and you retire to bed, wondering how Malaclipse talked you into this. Goblins. So they're running away, giggling and pointing. With no time to check what was stolen, you rush after the devils. So they haven't got a weapon to nick off me. That was a bit of an issue for this. Like, previously I had the fine sword equipped. They robbed that straight off. So really, you need 2 weapons. I forgot to show the equipment and whatnot previously. I forgot to even check if the equipment was any good for this, but that's fine. So I think really the strat here is kill the anarchists, because they're the ones that make you have to dodge around. And then you can kill the goblins and then the other dudes. So we've got to finish there. And then we'll go for the bad goblin. He's got a slap on me there. Not ideal, but not the end of the world. We'll hit these guys with that. Get ourselves the old... Alright, we lost the shield again. Come on, Goblinos. Don't be doing this. He's down. We're going to go for the other one. Just because we don't want him to escape. Technically, we'll sort of fail the mission, I think. Or maybe not. Maybe we don't. Come on, Mally. Get up, Mally. Get up, son. Wow. Hyper on him. Didn't save him. So, I don't think we get the full reward here, but we get most of it. With a basic weapon, you're not going to be winning that. It's unfortunate, but it's true. Unfortunately, the goblins escaped with a couple of warm pasties you were looking forward to eating. With the thug defeated, you searched their bodies for valuables.
Some weapons, this one included,
I will take the billy clubs.
Hero to carry them.
We don't have the fame for the billy clubs yet, which is a bit unfortunate, but... Distressed damsel. We're hoping to actually get jumped here, I think.
Back to the bones. I hope you have learned to be their master.
Back to the bones. Well, we failed. That's what I said I wanted. Why, thank you. Now, if you wouldn't mind being so kind as to give me all of your gold. The woman draws a pair of concealed blades from her corset. Come on out, boys. 3 of greed. Is that it? Is that all your boys? Is that all you could muster? I've just defeated 4 boys, plus some fiery boys, and some goblin boys, so... I do not think your boys will be enough. She's better join the fight herself. I thought she'd be a little cheeky one. Okay, we didn't get the parry there, that's fine. Got the parry there, though. And there, and the special. And then we'll finish it. We'd love to have the billy clubs there for that, but never mind. Flawless victory with a flourish at the end there. Beautiful stuff. With the thugs defeated, you search their bodies for valuables. Oh, I've got to roll to get the valuables, haven't I? That's all good. Well, we've got a 9. It's fine.
Victory. You are learning.
Victory. And now we can use the billy clubs. It's good. Till the goblins nick them. Find some food. Very nice. That's fortunate. Ooh, a lot of food. That probably sorts us for the game.
You'd be right to be suspicious. But then where is altruism in today's world?
Where indeed?
Fallen as far away as hope.
True. While roaming the dark alleyways of the capital, you see a suspicious-looking group of travelling in your direction. 3 of steel. They're dragging a locked chest behind them, its contents unknown. In another direction, you spy an item glinting in the moonlight. The light of truth. It isn't the ring I'd want. However, you notice a number of shadowy forms lurking in the alley nearby. We will go to the locked chest. You approach the men with the chest. They drop their cargo and draw their blades, saying, "Stannis said no witnesses." Did he? Well, there'll be none to witness me murking you, I'll tell you that much, sir. Wait till you see my billy club action like the spiky, ribbed for the lady's pleasure. Lost a few frames there, just too busy bashing. Okay, should have parried him. I thought the bash would stun him. Getting a big pound in there now, see that? Comboed. I'm having none of you, mate. Got the big finisher. That'd hurt more than a sword, I'd wager that much. He's had a whole, well, 2 whole billy clubs rammed straight through the chest. Oh, itchy nose. Terrible. The custodian's defeated. You break open the locked chest. 25 gold. We're happy with that. Another 20. Wow. You notice a secret compartment in the bottom of the chest. Can we roll to open it? Exactly so. Found some equipment hidden in a secret compartment. Sapper's bolt. Take it. Now, I've already unlocked the gem for that, but I forgot to remove it, so that's fine. Because I ended up playing this mission yesterday, and then I had a real bad pain in my back, so I just stopped. You enter the Mulberry Inn and find Father Galfrey at his usual table by the fireplace. You sit down across from him. He scratches some numbers on one of the many rolls of paper strewn across the table and then glances up at you. 3 days until the assassin comes for me, and 3 suspects. How apt. 3 days to uncover the liar. I'd like you to follow one of my silences on a job. Trading trust for information. Pay for it if you must. I'll follow Borden. Borden's going to pick up some lamps from a shipwrecked port that have been, let's say, repossessed from their owners. Let's go with the old Borden. I found it's always best to head off in the direction of the guild first. Goblins. No time to check. They've pinched some of my stuff. If they haven't pinched my weapon, I like my chances. Because the billy clubs are good against thieves. But if they haven't, then if they have rather. Yep, they have. Scumbags. That's a miss. We're gonna go to the same strat. Oh wow. That roll though. I don't know about anybody else, but I think I could roll further. Perhaps downhill. We'll get that going on him. Now where's them goblins at? Come here, you snooky. I did press parry, but obviously not in time. Because you can parry really quite early. You just want to beat Malik. So the goblins are still going to escape, as you can see. There's just not enough time to kill all of these fellas. Whoa! I parried far too early then. Took a little slap from him on it. And again! Oh! That was a clumsy fight. It wasn't a bad fight, but it was clumsy. Oh, right, so that's unlocked it. Ah, because I quit, I must have unlocked it. Well, I'm glad we found it then. That's good. As you take your billy clubs from the unconscious goblin, as soon as you do with the splutter, the goblin in question awakes and flips away from you. Giggling, it escapes into the forest. So are the goblins colluding with the Thieves Guild now? With the thugs defeated, you search their bodies for valuables. 1 equipment from 2. Well, I would like to have the pyre... Yeah, I'm going to take the pyre traps. Oh, so that takes new off it. Okay, so we only have to see it, we don't have to pick it up. That's good. The reinforced shield, of course, just an upgraded version of the shield. The guild. Travel to a shipwrecked port by wagon. You ride in relative silence until Borden turns to you and asks, quite seriously, "What do you think of the boss?" Tell him that you're proud to be working under such a great man. Borden smiles when he hears your answer. Trust us a little more. At the port, you're approached by a pirate bearing a load of stolen lamps. Borden goes to give him a sack of gold, presumably payment. The unusually pale pirate shakes his head and says, "No." He pulls up a rusty bucket and his sword. "I want blood. This." Borden looks at you expectantly as if you shouldn't protest. Let's give blood. Ooh, 10 max life, that's kind of savage. There's a rusty sword. He trusts us a little more though. You retrieve the crates of stolen lamps and pile them onto the wagon before setting off. When you arrive at the drop-off point, Borden is seized with sudden emotion. "I'm sorry I asked you to give blood. I'm a terrible person, aren't I?" We'll attempt to comfort him.
The
Relatively
pendulum
slow
swings
pendulum.
like a scythe, bearing hope or failure.
Bang on. Dead centre. Top of the range. Borden trusts us a little more. Borden wrings his hands as if he would very much like to leave. I should go. Ask him what he thinks of Father Godfrey. Boss always makes sure we get our cut. You can't ask for anything better, really, in a guild of scoundrels like us. Ask him about his favourite food. Oh, blackberry tart, or maybe apple tart. Borden begins to sweat, seemingly under the pressure of the question. Ask about his family. Borden perks up a little. Yes, I have a beautiful wife. It's difficult to see her as I travel so often on jobs. And ask him about his past. I was a farmer before this. We'll bid him goodbye. So there's nothing obvious there that was a lie. It does say here you wonder how much Borden has told you is a lie, but nothing obvious there. Let's see. So that's return. We're going to keep exploring for the moment. We've got the food to recover the health, so it makes sense. We're not going to buy anything. We're just going to leave. We're just going to leave. I think we've got all we need. Read his ambush. A rustling behind you is all the warning you get that your life is in danger. You turn as the cords of a northern bowler wrap around your body. Yeah, it's fine. Take that. I'm back with the billy clubs, and we've got the Pirates robes here, so we're just gonna riposte them to death. I'm not gonna beat any of them down other than the trappers, because they don't really attack you otherwise. So we're just gonna focus the trappers, and we'll only riposte everybody else so we can get the stuns. I'm not gonna try and do them all here, but just some. Yeah, that was meant for you, mate, but you got battered a bit. Oh yeah, because we can't actually riposte off the back of this. So we will have to do a bit of something. Didn't get that parry. You're my friend now. Oh, the dodge was not good enough there. That was a perfect dodge. Perfect parry, rather. Come on, I want another couple here. You're my friend now. We'll just have them kill each other until there's only one left. We'll not take that one. Nah, we'll do one more and then we'll beat them down. I'll just do one more. Oh, right in the bombs. Nice work, Mally. Fireball to the back. We never saw that coming, mate. Never. More fame. Search for spoils. I think this is one of the buttons. 20 gold. That's exactly what we needed. Very good. So, turns out that one's not overly positive because it was 2 and 2, but it's fine. So we've done 10 out of 25 there now. We'll enter the inn. We went to the Mulberry Inn and find Father Godfrey at his usual table by the fireplace. You sit down across from him. He scratches some numbers onto one of the many rolls of paper strewn across the table, then glances up at you. I hope the job with Borden was fruitful today. You're not dead with a knife in your back, so I presume yes. It would be prudent to review what my silencers have said when you have a quiet moment. Perhaps you'll catch a lie in the process. Tomorrow, who will you follow? We'll go Grindon. I've told Grindon to stake out a castle by Moorhammer Lake for any movement, out or in. The lady of the castle owes us a considerable debt. So where is the guild? Okay, directly in front. So we'll do that first. Old maiden. We're going to ask for more gold. I should have read that, but we have seen that card before, so not the end of the world. Despite being a stakeout, Grindon happily talks quite loudly. You know, my sources tell me the lady inside is wanted for high treason. He suddenly pulls out a bit of charcoal and paper. Would you like my autograph? Yes. You allow him to scribble his name on a roll of paper. He tucks it lovingly into your hand. Grindon trusts you a little more. Time passes, but nobody leaves or enters the modest castle. I say, who are you, anyway? Grindon retrieves a boiled sweet from a paper bag and pops it in his mouth. I've not seen you around before. We're a new recruit. Oh, really? I heard we didn't need any more recruits. That we're struggling to feed the mouths we already have. Grindon squints at you suspiciously, stroking his hat. Tell me, what did you do to get recruited? I'll say that we stole the stars from the skies and put them in his eyes. He blushes. He trusts us more. Little else happens during the stakeout. You spend most of the time watching a dog sleep. Before you head your separate ways, you take a chance to question Grindon. Ask what he thinks of Father Galfrey. Father Galfrey? A doddering old fool. I'm surprised he hasn't already been replaced by a younger model. A younger, more dashing guild member, should I say. He's gone soft in his old age. The other day, he let one of the rabble go free after they mucked up a job. No thumbs chopped off, nothing. What is favourite food? Ah, great question. That would be berry pudding, without a doubt. Ask about his family. Who needs family when you have so many devoted followers? And ask about his past. I was specially asked to join the Thieves Guild many moons ago, after I slew a manticore using only a dagger, with no shoes on. So it appears he has lied to me there, because we were told by Father Grindon that he was recent. Grindon is checking his appearance in the reflection of the blade. We'll bid him goodbye.
An unpaid debt is an invitation to trouble.
So, oh right, so he wants us to collect a debt now. So this is actually for the same thing. So we'll offer to collect a debt on his behalf. I see. You'd rather crack the skulls than grease your palms. An adventurer after my own heart. It so happens there's a shopkeeper who owes me a substantial amount of gold. Now, everybody knows that I'm a reasonable man when it comes to business, but I'm not running a charity. I'd expect you'd have no trouble getting my gold. We'll go this way. Protection money. The shopkeeper looks troubled as you enter his establishment. Anything I can help you with? He asks tentatively. I'm going to try and convince him to pay the gold. I think it's that one. No, it's not. The shopkeeper is unmoved by your reasonable arguments and veiled threats. I shall demand that, then. The shopkeeper indicates the door, saying, If you have no other business today, demand he pays the gold. Of course, the shopkeeper exclaims, stepping into a back room. I'll just get the gold now. A minute passes in silence before you decide to follow him. In the next room, you discover an open trapdoor with a ladder leading down. We'll go down the ladder. So is this a fight then? Because he hasn't told us it's a fight, and I don't think we've had a free walk section. Yeah, I mean, my weapons are included, so there's obviously some kind of... Oh, it's giving me a torch. Oh, it's like a trap room. Okay, we got hit there. Okay, I'm there. That's not good. Okay, that's hit me a little. We're not going to go for everything, we're just going to go for what we can on the way out. And we got hit again. Oh, that's some gold. Yeah, I've never done one of those rooms before. I didn't realise they were a thing. It's quite cool. Shame not to make more of it, but it was timed, so don't hang around forever. Emerging from the dangerous tunnels, you manage to catch up with the shopkeeper and corner him. Surprised, he quickly relents and offers a chest full of coins. Take a small share. Take a small share. No, we'll keep all the gold. Close up the chest behind, leave with no intention of telling Badger of it. He hears of it anyway. You must pay the 40 gold back in 5 steps. So this is Bert's betting house. I'm not really interested. We've got loads of gold, so I didn't I didn't want to keep any of it, is the point. Like, I didn't know how much he owed him. So I was like, I didn't want to keep a small share in him and be like, you haven't paid it all. Or, you haven't paid it all. So, yeah, I don't like the options there particularly, but we're going to leave. We don't need a shop. Return to the Mulberry Inn. We'll enter the inn. You enter the Mulberry Inn and find Father Galfrey at his usual table by the fireplace. You sit down across from him. For once, Father Galfrey is merely sitting and staring silently at his papers. The quill is stationary in his hand. Tomorrow evening, I may die. For the briefest of moment, fatigue crosses his face. Father Galfrey appears all at once very old. I hope you will know who the assassin is before then. We'll go for a job with Rowena. Rowena has been tasked with kidnapping the child of Lady Fielding as they journey to the capital. You know the meeting point on your map. Okay, that's fine. We'll go do that first. Payback. Pay back the debt. Well, you either got it or you don't. Pay back the gold. Good. Say, Badger, as you look like you can handle yourself. Okay, so he's still willing to give us a job. And then we see an item like we did last time. Pauper Plague. Town crier announces that the Empire seeks mercenaries to join the battle against the corruption. You seek out the watchtower where the recruitment is taking place. You arrive to hear Sir Malifaule's plan to wipe out the Pauper district. The outbreak began there, and we cannot risk sparing any lives. Any of their lives. Sir Malifaule the Green leads the mercenaries to the Pauper district, where the poor and sick have been walled off from the rest of the city. And with the wailing of the corrupted, Sir Malifaule gives his command to charge. Find such and such going on. Very good. We shall fight. I mean, presumably he isn't actually French, but... And that was a terrible accent, but... By the by. Another opportunity to get the old pious robes going. Not against the big fella though, unfortunately. He's getting a finish up. Because he became stunned and that was it. Oh no, one of the soldiers is down. And now we're just going to bang on this fool. Big stab to the rectum. He is down. Job's a good one. 10 gold, very good. Let's do another 10. We've got more than we need here now. Almost certainly. You and Rowena need not travel far before finding a gilded carriage trundling along an imperial road. The carriage is protected by a contingent of guards. I didn't see what she said, apologies. It would have been something along the lines of, kill him then, I imagine. Now, the interesting thing about Rowena is you can deceive yourself by paying her for information at this point, in which she won't lie if you told her the truth. You paid her to tell the truth. So you actually want to try and convince her to talk to you, so you know whether she's willing to lie or not.
By seeing some, I
Got wrecked. Call yourself a soldier. Did get the parry there, didn't he? Oh, rolled right through him. What are you playing at, mate? Are you incorporeal? Look unnecessary here because I was waffling there, but that's fine. Oh, it doesn't count because it's my ally for the time being. I kind of get it, because you don't want to hit your ally when you've just sorted them, but... Oh, they don't take any damage. I was going to kick him to death, but it doesn't work. Very good, very good. Rowena is impressed by your efficient fighting skills. She trusts you a little more. You open the carriage door to see the woman, dressed in silks and gems, clutching her son. Please, she cries desperately. Take the gold. He's just a child. Without a second thought, Rowena pockets the heavy pouch of coins from the weeping mother and closes the door of them. The thief stares at you coldly. Swear yourself to secrecy. She trusts you a little more. If there's nothing else, I have business elsewhere. Probably should have done Rowena's voice for that, but never mind. Ask what she thinks of Father Galfrey. He sits in his finery counting coins. I expect he will do so until the day he dies. She considers you for a bit. I wouldn't trust him so much. He's in the Guild of Thieves just like us, after all. Ask her her favourite food. Roasted apple. And her family? Her family in the capital. I don't talk to them. I joined the guild after I murdered the captain of the 3rd Legion. Bit of goodbye. So she told me the truth there. So the only one that's lied to me is Grindon. Goblins. Yeah, they're giggling, running away, whatever. We're just going to fight, yep. Silencer of Greed. Wait a minute. Yeah, because it's an anarchist of greed that's it's the ones I'm familiar with. Maybe the silencers are they're just the standard one, aren't they?
I hope this works.
Yeah, that's just the standard. So we're going to go with our standard route of anarchists, then goblins, then thieves. So those ones do a bit more jumpy, stabby, heavy actions. We're alright, we've not been hit as yet. Pop another shield, not that it makes any difference, but... Didn't need to dodge that one when I did. Yeah, I knew that was going to be overkill on him, but never mind. Obviously we ran out of time, but we're using basic blades. We did take a hit, but we didn't lose any health. It was just on the force field, so a bet fight. I think if the Anti-Nick Mabily clubs, I'd have probably done that in their time. But you only get a minimal higher reward. It's not really much. Max life, that's tasty. And the health potion's pretty nice too. And a bit of food. Yeah, it's all good. We don't really need any more money, so bridge skirmish. That's quite the fight. From your viewing angle, you notice the bridge structure has been damaged. With luck, you may be able to knock out one of the supports with a thrown object, causing the bridge to collapse. I'm going to fight. I mean, it's a pretty good fight there. We might as well try it out. Draw your weapon and boldly advance. 7 of Skulls on. They're not a big deal. The Trappers, not a big deal. The Mage isn't on their own. But with all that sort of mass in front of them, they will get off their sort of AoE, like, danger fields. The ranged attack they do isn't so bad. It's more the sort of aura area that they leave. That's it. I lost the shield to the skeleton. That wasn't good. And we ran through the aura that she left. Oh, it's 2 mages. Okay, that's a lot worse. Mallory's got a shield in there. Yes, yep. And the mage just taking it from me again. Start pulling these trappers down. True, that helps. I mean, we're not really at any major risk, but they just make so much of the floor inaccessible. Oh well. Oh yeah, I forgot to do that stun. We've got 2 left now. She's got the big beats. They're not very good when they're on the road. Not dead? Oh, come on. That'd have been perfect if that underhand had just finished it. Never mind. Search the Fallen for anything of value. Find an equipment. Any truth?
A sorry form of justice is death.
True that. Death at the Mulberry Inn. You find Father Galfrey in his usual place next to the fire. As you seat yourself opposite him, you notice he looks distinctly calm, despite the foretelling of his death tonight. You watch Borden, Rowena, and Grindon roaming about the tavern. Find and eliminate the assassin before they eliminate me. However, I cannot be responsible for anything that may happen if you accuse one of my silencers wrongly. Find the liar and you'll find the assassin. The red candle upon the fireplace burns tall. That wasn't him saying that. So, we'll approach Borden. So we'll bribe him first. Hopefully. We haven't got a blessing that helps this, so... Nice. Hand over the money. Borden looks at you nervous. I don't really have much information. I guess I've never trusted Rowena. Bribe him with 20 gold. What are you doing me for 20? 3 up, 60%. Done it. This was a lot easier when I had a blessing that I've not included. Well, I've not included the card that gave me blessings. The grey-eyed fellow only began working here several days ago. I'm not sure what his story is. Of all of us, I'd suspect him the most. And I suspect him too, Borden. We'll drink with Borden to gain information. Borden looks happy that you offered. I'll have a mulberry wine then, if you're offering. That I am, good sir. Too early.
Poorly done.
Alright.
You must harness your will and find
I
the
fear that
quiet
you're trying to get me
stillness
drunk to gain
inside.
insight into something. I'll be honest with you. I know very, very little about what goes on here. We're going to try again. I'll have a mulberry wine then if you're offering. Got him that time.
That will set you in good stead from here.
Drunken Borden pulls you close. I'm sure Grey Eyes mentioned something about the red candle the other night, he whispers nervously. That wasn't much of a whisper. And we will do something else. We will talk to Rowena. We'll bribe her for 10 gold. She's easier to bribe. Hand the money over. They wear a hidden wrist dagger. The red candle burns tall. That wasn't much information, Rowena. Again though, 20 gold. You're looking for the one with grey eyes. Now, it isn't all as easy as that. This one's been laid out fairly nicely, because it was an obvious lie, but I played this a couple of times and it's not always as obvious as that. If you don't do exactly what I did anyway. And we'll drink with Rowena. Do not drink. It dulls the senses. Then we will do something else, and we will talk to Grindon. Yes, I heard about the assassination threat from my own channels. Grindon adjusts his hat. I'm very well respected in this guild, you know. We'll pay him 10 gold. He's an easier one to bribe. Yeah, we'll have to reroll 2. Managed it. Very good. I saw Borden looking very suspicious the other night. He must be the culprit. Give him another 20. Doing it again. Another 20 loosens his lips. Come to think of it, the soothsayer here told me not to trust the colour red. Rowena has red hair. Grinnan claps his hands as if that were a settled matter. You notice the red candle appearing shorter, worryingly. We'll drink with him to try and gain some information. Picks that up without hesitation. Oh, not really the best idea to go first swing, but we did. Borden murdered his wife, you know. Sold her to the desert nomads. You notice the red candle is shorter, worryingly so. We will accuse Grindan. You draw your weapon and point it carefully at him. To hell with you, he hisses. Grindan rallies some of the guild minions. We are now fighting Grindan. I'm pretty confident we've got this right, because Rowena can lie to you about who she murdered in the Legion. I know that from having done this like 5 times now. And yeah, she didn't, so claims to have royal lizardman blood running through his veins.
Right one, wrong one.
Again, we're gonna go anarchists first. They're the most awkward. We'd love to get some finishers here. And that's not actives, that's finishers. Yeah, that's a finisher. Nice. Not really overly worried about my health anymore. Alright, I'll set that. Another anarchist here. Should have parried that. Oh, I didn't think that was a new parry, that. I thought that was the same attack.
Thank you.
You're welcome, bro. Oh wow, he did the same. I wanted to get another pious stun. We're not in any real danger here, though. Alright, that's it. You're not having a stab on that. That's gonna hurt. I don't even have to parry now, really. We're not gonna get another stun anyway. Just gonna charge him down. We'll dodge that one though. Give him the old Billy Club beat down. And that is him done. We will see now whether we are redeemed in the eyes of Father Galfrey. As the violence subsides, you realise Father Galfrey is standing next to you, eyeing Grindan's broad body glibly. Such a shame. He looks up at you. Now, to balance the accounts. You took every precaution. I owe you a great debt. Let me show you how you can pick a fool with a heavy purse from a crowd. And then you, my friend, takes a ring from his hand and places it on you, will never be wanting of gold. And so that's how you get the gold token for this. You have to find all the clues and get it right. So this is what we're getting for the crossbow. Of course, it's a frost bolt. Oh, maybe I didn't unlock it because I don't remember seeing that. Oh, okay, cool. Well, we'll try a frost bolt out next time. Seems all right. I don't mind that as an active, I suppose. There might be like a big enemy and it makes sense. So next up, we've got the Lovers, and that'll be new to us all. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time in the Underhive.